Hey there, everyone. It's Mike Thomas here at MikeFromMaine.com. Today, I'm going to be doing a quick review of a product that I did a demo of yesterday. It's called Webinar Hero. It was episode 641, your ticket to 60% conversions and $45 per visitor. Now, what that's all about is that's using the power of webinars. Now, I know that when I first heard like, oh, you got to do a webinar, it was like one of the scariest things ever. Like, really, you can, like Mike, you're gonna do a webinar, you're gonna do something live for people, they're gonna be all watching you. Like, it's a scary thing at first, but how you get over it is you do your first one. And then after that, when the money starts coming in, when you see how much more money you can make from it, it is completely worth it, and it's a skill that you definitely need to know. The creator of Webinar Hero, Neil Napier, is a prolific webinar presenter. He's been able to bring in about $350,000 alone this year from doing webinars. It's an amazing tool that you should definitely consider doing as far as communicating with your audience, being able to deliver your message once and have hundreds of people watching, or even thousands at the same time, and be able to communicate your message with them, to be able to answer questions live on a call. Now, one of the big problems with webinars is that if you want to be able to do them, you need to buy really expensive software. Some of the software I even pay for costs me, and I have a discount, it costs me $200 a month to be able to use the software. And I have the cheap version of it. It can be up to $500 per month to be able to use this webinar software. Now, there's other ways of doing it using things like Google Hangouts, but when you do that, you don't have the pages, you don't have the professional look that you want to have when doing these. Webinar Hero is going to allow you to be able to have professional pages. You're going to have sign-up pages, presentation pages, replay pages, all that stuff inside a low-cost software. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you a demo of the software. I'm also going to show you the back-end area and exactly how this all software works and the one-time offers on everything that you need to know if you're considering picking this up. But just to let you know that there will be at 9 a.m. Eastern time, that's when the cart's going to open, and that's when there's going to be an early bird discount from 9 to 11. Now, if you're watching this before then, you might be able to click on that link right above, and it might take you to a webinar. Which is going to be in process from 8 to 9. So just to let you know, if you click that link early, you can check out the software there. And also, if you end up purchasing, make sure you send over your PayPal receipt to mike@mikefrommaine.com so I can send you over some special bonuses. I've got some special bonuses, plus we've got some other ones here. Bonus webinar on the 14th, social media agency presentation, easy keyword pro, and sales graphics rush. Those are also going to be included inside of that. So a ton of bonuses as well. I mentioned before that if you click this before 9 a.m., it's going to take you to this page. Now, this is an example of a webinar that Neil Napier is going to be doing using the software. This page right here is a sign-up page using the software. He's going to be presenting it inside the software so you can get an idea of how it all feels. He's going to be able to answer questions and show you the software in process. I highly would recommend going and visiting that if you are watching this before 9 a.m. Okay, so let's take a look at the sales page together. Sick and tired of paying hundreds of dollars a month in expensive fees for subpar webinar software that's slow, crashed, or plain and simple doesn't work? Finally cracked. Low cloud-based technology allows you to run full webinars with unlimited attendees with the push of a button and create beautiful webinar registration pages, live pages, and replay pages within seconds using our built-in templates. No monthly fees, cloud-based, mobile responsive, unlimited attendees for a limited time here. Designed by internet marketers, 100% SEO optimized, newbie friendly, integrates with all major autoresponders. Okay, so first thing, you log in, you create your webinar, and then you enjoy. You start doing them. Very, very simple to set up here. Here are some of the numbers: $360,000 that Neil's been able to do in the first 5 months of this year alone using the power of webinars. And guys, he does webinars all the time. Like, that's what Neil does. It's amazing. Free traffic source, so it's already crystal clear you need Webinar Hero in your business, but what you probably don't even suspect is the two clear benefits it comes with. Dominate your competition, etc., etc. You're also going to be able to create your webinars inside. You've got your stats and your leads, so you can see how many leads are coming in. You can manage them. You can do webinar replays. You can do notifications. You can integrate with SendGrid. People can register, join the webinar. You have your live webinars, your Q&A, so people can ask you questions right inside the software. Really, really cool stuff, guys, especially for the price of this. I bought another piece of software that was similar to this, and it cost me about $500 to buy it. And it was another one that was like a similar type thing of this. And this is much, 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 much less expensive, as you're going to see. Okay, so I'm going to go and have Neil give us a demo here. So let's take a look.
Hey there, this is Neil Napier, and in this video I wanted to give you a complete walkthrough of Webinar Hero and show you exactly what it is and how you can use it as well. Now, Webinar Hero is a very powerful webinar platform that would allow you to do live webinars for your audience of any kind. You could do webinars with you actually being on the video, or you could simply share your screen and show them whatever you want to show them and educate them, sell them, and even more. So let's go into Webinar Hero and I can show you how easy it is to use. By the way, just to show you some of the results that we've been getting, we have had tremendous success by running webinars with our customers, and we expect you to have similar results. So let's go in and create a new webinar. All you have to do to get started is click on Create Live Webinar. Once you do that, it will ask you to either take settings from an old webinar that you have created or create a new one. In this case, let's create a new one. So there we are, we are done. All I have to do then next is click on Create New Webinar. Once all the details are in, then it automatically brings up this webinar interface for me. Now, you'll see quite a few buttons there, and I'll tell you each and everything about everything you need to know. First of all, you see sales and leads. This is where, depending on the level, of course, you can actually go ahead and manage your leads, and that you can download your leads as well. But this is where you will see all the pages. The first thing that you see, of course, is its statistics. So how many people have ended up on the landing page, how many people are on the thank you page, live webinar, and how many people have seen the webinar replay. If you're creating a webinar funnel, then it is instrumental that you see details like these. If you wanted to turn a webinar from still pending to live, you could do that here. If you wanted to put it in replay mode, you could do that here, so that whenever any traffic hits that page, it automatically goes to one of these links that you have picked. Now, the very first thing that you will see here is the landing page. Let me just show you what the landing page looks like when you're starting out. So landing page is quite simple. There's a subheadline, there's a headline, there's a space for video or image if you wanted to, and additional text, as well as the space for adding opt-in details. Let's go back to the software and I can show you how easy it is to edit everything. First of all, you can edit banner settings if you wanted to. In this case, I'm just going to hide the banner area, but in case you wanted to show it, you could put some banner area behind the headline, or above the headline rather, and you could also put in images instead if you wanted to. Let me just hide that because we don't need it. Then you have edit background settings. So again, you have the big color palette. If you wanted to choose a different color background, you could choose that too. Again, I'll let that go in this case. Now, this is important. If you wanted to change your headline, you could change that too. So in this case, I've already set it up based on the previous screen, introducing this exclusive webinar from Neil Napier. Check out this amazing software. If you wanted to change that, you could change that too, and automatically the details will change here as well. Let me just minimize this. Then you have the call to action area or the video area. So either here you can choose to put an image, or in this case, you could put a video embed code. So let me grab a video embed code and show you what this page would look like after I made a few modifications. So after modifying a few things, including the date and the title and everything, this is what I have. I'm going to go back in and show you exactly how to change these two. So let's go back here into JV Access, and I'll show you that the other things that you need to add is you can change the sales copy, you can change the opt-in headline, the opt-in webinar date, opt-in form settings, as well as then integrate this with your autoresponder. So you can either directly integrate this with SendReach, we have already built that integration in, or you can grab the HTML code of your autoresponder and put that in this software as well. And this is particularly important for anyone who wants to use their own third-party autoresponders. Let me just minimize that. The next thing is connecting it with Facebook. So if you wanted to actually get leads via the Facebook Connect button, you can do that too. We've given you all the training that you need to set up this Facebook Connect button as well. Once you've done everything, simply click on Save and Update, and then your changes will be reflected within the final page. Now, this is just a landing page. Let me talk also about the thank you page. Once people opt in into your landing page, you can take them to a thank you page. In this case, the thank you page, the first thank you page has been set up like this. So the times have been set up and everything has been set up already. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go back and change a few things so I can change what the thank you page looks like. So when you made all the changes, this is what your thank you page could look like. As you'll see, there are multiple features here. You can put your videos in there, you can put your images as well, and you can give people reminders via Google Calendar or iCal Outlook. Moreover, this is the live URL that people need to click and save to be able to attend the live webinar once the countdown timer hits 0, once you start the webinar from the back end. And here's the cool part. You can actually get people to share your links with their friends and other people simply to get more shares, simply to get more viewers coming back to your page and signing up to your webinars. Let's go back to the setup and I can show you other features within this setup as well. You can edit here the thank you headline. You can put in a call to action video or image if you wanted to, and you can present the webinar URL as you want. This could either be a Webinar Express URL or a custom webinar URL that you want. Again, all the details are already provided right over here. And then you can get people, as I showed you earlier, to share and unlock gifts, as well as edit ticket webinar info block, and then edit mini countdown area as well. So if you wanted to change the countdown timer, you could do that as well in this case. And finally, the add to calendar block. Again, if you wanted to send people reminders via their calendars, you could do that too. Next is the live webinar section. Now, in this case, this is a live webinar page. So let me show you what this page actually looks like when you're just starting out. As you can see, it's quite simple. Here's a space for the live video to go to. Here's a space for Q&A and an awesome free gift if you wanted to give them one. I'm going to go in, change a few things, and show you what the page could look like. And by the way, this is the preview countdown page as well that people will see when they land on that page, and if the webinar isn't quite ready yet. It's quite easy to change the webinar settings just by clicking here and changing name, time, dates, anything else. If you wanted to put the live embed video code here, you could do that. Now, this is really, really important. You can either replay webinars by putting a recorded video Hangouts. So let me go into Google Hangouts and show you how you can integrate Google Hangouts with Webinar Hero, which is basically what fires this bad boy up. Okay, so this is the pre-launch page. Okay, so this is the webinar that I have set up in Google+. When I click here, you will see that this is the Hangout that I have actually created within Google+. So once I have a Hangout, and again, this is set for 10 a.m. on the 10th of June, what I will do is I will simply click on links and I will copy this video embed code that this Hangout gives me. Once I have the video embed code, I can go back to this page and put the live embed code here. What that will do then is when I want to start a webinar, this will automatically connect to my Hangout and pick the page up from there. So there we go. As you can see, this is what the webinar page looks like right now. If I try and play this, it tells me that you have to wait for another 24 hours till the webinar actually starts. And this is how it works. What I can then do is I can go into Google Hangout and I can start my webinar. And as I start this, people would log in and people would see this page and they could see the webinar live and they can interact with me right here. And I can see the questions coming through via Google Hangouts and I can answer them right then and there. So this is how easy it is to set up your webinar pages with this software. The next thing that I wanted to show you was a webinar replay page. Once you're done with a webinar, you can also set up a webinar replay page so your customers will be able to see the webinar replay afterwards. Again, it's as simple as putting an embed code here, making sure your buttons are also made available here, as well as a countdown timer in case you are going to take away the webinar after a few days. And this is where the live Q&A things are placed. So any questions that you get will be available here as well. So you can also answer them through the backend, or your team can answer them through the backend if needed. Lastly, there's extra settings in place as well. So if you wanted to change anything else in this case, for example, the opt-in form code or the thank you page code or anything else, you could do that with this software. It is very, very easy to use, and also for the end users who actually come and attend live webinars, it's very easy for them to communicate with you as well. In fact, you can change these questions to Facebook comments, so that way you can collect testimonials live on call as well. So I hope you found this useful and I hope you do get access to the software immediately.
Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that demo there with Neil. After you purchase, you're going to have access to this members area here where you're going to have your downloads, you're going to have your tutorials. It's going to show you exactly how to use everything. Your bonuses are going to be included in here as well, including some of those bonuses that I mentioned before. You can claim them inside of here. Then you're going to be able to log into your dashboard area. Now, this dashboard right here is for what Neil just showed you here. It looks very similar to WordPress. And it's very, very easy to use. You can go in here, you can set up your webinars and be able to use all that different functionality that Neil showed you before. This is all hosted on their server. So you don't need to go in there and create a WordPress website or anything like that. They host everything for you, so you don't have to worry about setting up all that stuff. All you have to do is set up your webinar and get running with that. Now, there are some one-time offers. The first one-time offer is the ability to be able to give customers logins and be able to either sell it to them or sell it as a service or sell them logins so that you can be like a webinar distributor for that. It has some other functionalities to it that you're going to see as you go throughout the funnel. The ability to put up some clickable links throughout the webinars, things like that. You'll see that as you go through the sales funnel. Just it's the pro version that you'll have the option to pick up. And the next one-time offer is done for you webinars that Neil has set up for you, kind of giving you a script and showing you exactly what to say, how to say, slides, all that stuff, so that you can do your own webinars easily. One of the first things, I think the first time I ever did a webinar, the hardest thing was trying to figure out how to get that whole system set up, what I was going to say, how I was going to have my slides set up, the order of the presentation. That will help you out with that. So what don't I like about this, and what do I like about it? Well, I guess if I had to say something that I don't like about it, the reason why something like GoToWebinar is up to $500 a month is because it is the Cadillac of webinars. It's very, very high tech. It has a lot of different functionalities. However, it's really expensive, and you're paying. I pay $200. You can pay up to $500 for it. So you pay for that functionality. This right here, with being able to use something like this, it gives you an affordable option. Being able to use Google Hangouts. I think Google Hangouts are the second best option, and I have considered doing them myself for webinars. The only problem with Google Hangouts is there is a little bit of a lag when you do it. So you say something, there's about a 40 to 60-second delay in how in when people actually hear you say it. So that can be if that's going to be an issue for you, that might be a problem. But I mean, if you're doing the live presentation and you don't necessarily need to answer someone's question immediately, a lot of times I'll get a bunch of questions on a live webinar and I'm not able to answer that person's question for a few minutes because I'm answering other people's questions. So just to kind of let you know about that. But I think this is a really cool solution for this. A really nice, affordable way of being able to do webinars. If you are interested in doing webinars, definitely consider picking this up. And it's going to be the cheapest if you buy it early throughout this launch. Also, make sure you send over your PayPal receipt to mike@mikefrommaine.com so I can send over my special bonuses. And remember that early bird discount starts at 9 and it's going to 11 a.m. and then that price is going to keep going up. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're not on my email list, click over here, get on it so I can send you my free daily reviews and interviews. And I'll see you later on today with another interview. Thanks.